My name is Andi, as you just heard, and I'm in grade 10. And I've been at this church for, I want to say, 13 years, right? Yeah, roughly. Okay, but I grew up at the church. I can't even remember a time when I wasn't at this church, but that doesn't mean that I had accepted God. So I'm going to tell you a bit about my life before we started doing these camps and winter retreats. So I was very much a Sunday Christian. So you'd look at me and like, oh yeah, that's totally a Christian girl. Like she's right on with God. But I wasn't reading my Bible, I wasn't praying, and during worship, I was thinking about something random. It got so bad to the point where I had this imposter syndrome, where I was like, oh my gosh, I am on MCOR, and I'm pretending to be this great Christian girl, and I'm not. So I quit MCOR for a semester because I was like, my heart was not in the right place. And how I got back on track with God was during one of these summer camps. So I'm going to talk first about the summer adventure, and then I'll talk about the winter retreat. But during the summer adventure, as I was reading and doing the Bible study, I realized that the reason that I was not on track with God was because I was scared. Because I knew that God had a plan for my life that was not what my plan was. So I decided to forget it, if that makes sense. But as we're going through these, they had this little pamphlet for summer adventure where you'd write down, it was a little devotional that they had us do on one-on-one time. And as I was writing it down and spending time with God by myself in complete silence, I realized, all of my devotion to Christ had been based solely on emotion. I had believed for that 1 second when I was crying at one random sermon when Minyoki was still the pastor, and I didn't actually believe any of it because I was terrified and I didn't actually want to follow any of it. So from that point on, I made a pact with myself and with God that I was like, at the very least, if I'm not going to be a full-fledged Christian, I'm going to start reading my Bible so that at least I can learn more about God. And during the winter retreat, we went over this one Bible verse which very much was applicable to me. It was 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. And if you're familiar with it, it's the love is patient, love is kind verse, right? And as Anna Sample was going through it and talking about the properties of love and what it looks like, I realized that I was very much, even when I was trying to love people, I wasn't loving them in my heart. I would say one thing and then I'd think another, and I was terrible with my thoughts. I used to hate people that really didn't deserve it. So I had this conviction when I was there. I was like, okay, tonight I'm going to start praying every night for the people who I don't like. And I would pray every single night. I'd be like, give them blessings, God. Lord, I pray that whatever they're going through, that they will be, strengthened through you, that they will know you, Lord. And I felt a change, like a physical change in my heart. I was 1 second hating these people, and the next second I was caring for them. So after that, I made these changes. So I started reading through all the epistles. I was praying nightly for the people that I didn't like and the people that I did like. I prayed for everyone I could think of before going to sleep. And most of all, I was happier. Now, I'd like to say this. A youth camp is not going to convert your child to Christ. But it opens the door and it gives them the chance to think about their faith in a serious way. So if you care for your child's salvation, I'd think that you'd want to give them every chance to change their mind about God. So if you're at all willing, it would be really great, and we'd love to have them at our next youth winter camp.